FSS3 Hit and Run. That's what we're going to look at today. He's a standard G.I. Joe. He's an olive drab. He's just modern army. It's really cool. I love the fact that he's a Joe in olive drab green. Don't get me wrong, I love the POC updates. I like color variety. But there's something that just screams military about him. And he's out and about. He's hit and run. This is a Joe Club exclusive. So when I say standard, don't take that the wrong way. I meant that he is a general issue Joe. Trivia for you. GI actually originally meant for galvanized iron. And then eventually became synonymous with just about anything military. And that's eventually where we got the term. He is a light infantryman. And this is messed up, folks. His name is Hit and Run. His code name, of course, his real name is Brent Scott. And his primary specialty is infantry. His secondary military specialty is mountaineering. So, occasionally him and Alpine can hang out. I know Alpine and Bazooka are seen as buddies, but maybe him and Alpine could hang out. He was orphaned at the age of 3 by a drunk driver. Hit and Run. Get that, okay? That's from the original file card, too. Kids bought this toy. Hit and Run grew up in a county institution from which he escaped with alarming regularity, climbing down sheer walls and running for miles across the plains in the middle of the night. When asked what he was running away from, he replied, "I'm not running away from anything. I'm practicing." What? He went from the custody of the county directly into the United States Army, where he quickly earned their achievement medal. He was tapped soon after for the G.I. Joe team, where he finally found himself in a family in quotation marks. This guy is more of a lone wolf than Snake Eyes, okay? Hit and Run likes nothing more than to rappel down a line into remote locations to pinpoint hidden Cobra bases. He bolts from target to target, taking down enemy forces like a human pinball before they even realize they have been infiltrated. It doesn't matter how deep the jungle, how treacherous the mountain, or how numerous the combatants, he will find a way to neutralize them, which that makes the 50th Hit and Run make more sense. This is a guy that's going to get sent into multiple locales. So we're going to get a urban Hit and Run soon. I wouldn't mind a desert Hit and Run eventually, actually. I'm opening this guy. Some of you guys that keep things carded are just not happy with me right now. But, oh well. I open toys. Toys are meant to be freed. So codename Hit and Run, nice and clear on the stand. Liking the look of that. You guys let me know. I don't know in what order I've put these up in exactly. But let me know in the comments below or on Facebook or nerdrossio@gmail.com if you like the turntable here for every review. I notice it makes the shadows a little worse. But I'm still kind of new at this point, so this review might get saved for a little bit, but I still want to know. Even if I've decided to do something different down the road, I always appreciate feedback. Some weapons here. Got this. There's a little empty shell. I've heard that you can use this to make glasses that are see-through for your characters and then just kind of paint the frames. I've tried multiple times. The guys at Keep It 100, the Facebook group, have shown success. I have not. I may ask somebody to do it for me at some point. I think my hands are just a little too shaky or something. Not sure. Cannot get that right. I'll keep trying though. I really will. Alright, so we got Hit and Run here. Let's test out his joints. So he's pretty good there, pretty good there. He's got everything he needs to have, really. He's got all the standard stuff and the extra wrist articulation that does make it a little bulbous looking. That's true, but it's worth it, that gun. He's got the American flag in green. I didn't notice that backwards. Never knew that before now. I hadn't noticed it in anybody's reviews. This logo is from the Pursuit of Cobra era, after they stopped using the movie logo. And I suspect that maybe they are not allowed to use the movie logo anymore, which would have been insane, but it seems so good, and yet they've ditched it. And look, I've lost a helmet in the review. Like, it fell off, and it's gone. Isn't that crazy? How does that happen to me? Oh well. We'll keep going, looking at some things, and then I'll pause it and locate his helmet. So we see this backpack, parachute, type backpack is on him from the get-go. Now it does clash with this torso. I think a different torso would have been better because this torso has these, it's a lifeline torso, and it's got these packs here. Cool to have the gun there, but it's got these packs and that gets in the way. I would have preferred a plain torso, more like a Retaliation Quinn. That would have been nice. Or even, I actually think even Retaliation Flint's torso. I mean, he's got the scarf, so without that scarf, that's what that's been used before without it, right? But Ultimate Duke torso, that kind of thing, might have been nice here, just to remove the pouches. Now the gun up front is nice, but it does clash with some things. It doesn't come with that duffel bag. I know that there are some that come with that. I think the Night Force one did and the original did. But let's put him on his little stand. Let's give him a good spin around. Like, they packaged his knife and his gun already in the sleeve. I appreciate that. They're probably never going to leave for me. I might switch out that head at some point, but you know, that kind of thing. These will probably go up real quick. It's got a mountain mountain hook there. You can hook into the mountain or ice or whatever. He's got these as well to help him climb. And he's got this gun, which the gun, that's where the wrist point comes in, extra wrist point. He really can hold it so much better with the extra, because he can take it up here, and if you do it just right, he can kind of, looks more like he's aiming down the sights than before. Now it's not perfect, but you can get that kind of motion and situation instead of just a straight arm firing from the hip pose. So it adds a little bit of reality to it. And of course it depends on the weapon as well. But we'll just pose him with the weapon down for now. And then we'll turn him on so you can get a spin here. And while you're looking at that spin, maybe now is a great time, rather than pausing, just to look and see if I can find the helmet. I am pretty frustrated that that helmet flew off the way it did. It's behind something else I'd planned on reviewing. You can see that he comes with this helmet that, it's come with several things, but it's one of the larger helmets, and I think it came with his last hit run, the Night Force version as well. I'm not 100% sure. But here we have his red goggles, which was classic. Not transparent or anything. Can't really make them to where he's wearing them either. They're definitely just an accessory. So that might be an issue for some people. I don't know. It would have been nice. We're getting spoiled with some of the Marauder stuff and how cool you can do certain things. I know my Marauder Task Force Desert Ops figure managed to squeeze, with just a slight little adjustment, a helmet and some goggles on. So it'd be kind of neat if he could as well. You see his face has a lot of character, and by a lot of character I mean he's ugly. There's no way around it. He looks like he's been beat up. This guy's been beat up by life. I like the paint job on this figure as far as paint goes. I like that we got the green on the arms. Initially we might not have. FSS 3 took some flack for having lots of the Night Force guys, like Muskrat and Repeater and Hit and Run here from the previous concept in Indiana in 2013, released in standard colors. Oh, and Spearhead as well. But here, Hit and Run, he's got his more standard look. But that head, I guess they're doing stubble there with the dots, but I got to do something to fix that. That looks bad. I mean, it takes a whole point away from the figure, no doubt. And I really like the character Hit and Run. Generals Joe's, Dio's, really made him somebody that stood out to me. In fact, I love it when certain characters I almost associate with fans, like with Voltar. I don't really like the name. I like his original prototype named Condor better. Voltar sounds weird, but I really, I got an attachment to him now more so than ever before because of Glenn P. Winkler's love for the character. And then Don Mal's handling of his son. Maybe I'm spoiling Don Mal's story there, but Don Mal does Tales of Castle Destro, and Voltar's son is an important character. So I think that's pretty cool. And I'm latching on to him a little bit more. Well, I latched on to Hit and Run a little bit more because of Justin's work. So we can see in comparison to Hit and Run here, we can see several other figures. This is a camoed Marauder guy. Depending on when I release this might show you when I actually made the video. I'm trying to make some out, so I crank some out now so I can kind of spare them out and spread them out when I don't have the time to. They do take a while to edit as well, so that is a factor. Some of bigger Joe is going to stand a little taller, obviously. He's a more standard sized Joe. Look at that, Roadblock is just drunk or something. You can all smell what the Rock is cooking. He's cooking something, cooking rum cake, and he drank all the rum. I don't know. There you go. I picked him up and put him back over there. But we can see some comparisons. The camo here is a striped type camo. It's very plain. He's got rolled up sleeves. Really want to see those arms used on a good Duke one day that I don't have to make myself. But we'll see. I like the character. I like that it's true to the V1 mostly. I like that the head sculpt is different and not overused, although it's a bit ugly. That's okay. I think it looks like a young Cotton Hill, but that's kind of okay. The stubble that's supposed to be stubble, that looks awful. And